Few cars capture the spirit of 90s Japan quite like the Nissan 180SX. It's stylish, affordable. Affordable? Who wrote this script? Well, used to be affordable and endlessly moddable, which made it a global symbol of JDM car culture. Whether you know it as the 180SX or the 200SX, this car didn't just define a generation of enthusiasts, it created one. And today we have the absolute pleasure of getting up close and personal with Liam's 1989 Nissan 180SX. And we're going to dive into the story of the 180SX, its origins, how it evolved, and why it remains one of the most beloved JDM cars ever made.
File 1. The Origins.
It's the late 80s in Japan. The Japanese car industry is in overdrive and every major automaker is competing to make the most stylish, high-tech and exciting vehicles possible. Nissan already had the Silvia, a sporty coupe with sleek looks and solid handling, but they wanted something that could appeal to a different audience, one that loved the Silvia's performance but wanted a little bit more flair and versatility. Enter the Nissan 180SX. Released in 1989, the 180SX was built on the S13 Silvia platform, but instead of the Silvia's fixed headlights and notchback design, it came with pop-up headlights, a hatchback body, and a more youthful aerodynamic style. Why are you still filming me? It was the perfect mix of practicality and performance, a car you could daily drive, but also take to the Torge on the weekends. The 180 in 180SX comes from its engine, the CA18DET, a 1.8 litre turbocharged four-cylinder. It made around 130 kilowatts or 175 horsepower, which wasn't too bad for a compact sports car in the late 80s. The SX stands for Sport Experimental, which was Nissan's design philosophy at the time. Bold, innovative, and aimed at young drivers.
File 2. The Evolution.
The 180SX was launched exclusively in Japan, while other markets got slightly different versions. In Europe and Australia, it was sold as the 200SX, powered by a 2-litre CA18DET, or later, the SR20DET. In the US, it was known as the 240SX, equipped with a 2.4-litre naturally aspirated KA24E or KA24DE engine, not exactly thrilling compared to its turbocharged Japanese sibling. In 1991, the 180SX got a big update. The aging CA engine was replaced with the now famous SR20DET, a 2-litre turbo engine producing up to 150 kilowatts or 205 horsepower. This was the engine that would go on to power some of Nissan's most goated cars, including later Silvias and Pulsar GTIRs. The 180SX went through three main phases, or type models. Firstly, the Type 1, which is what this car is, produced between 1989 and 1990. Then came the Type 2, which was produced between 1991 and 1993. And finally, the Type 3, produced between 1994 and 1998. The car I'm standing next to is a Type 1, but this isn't your ordinary Type 1.
File 3. The Car.
Under the bonnet, the CA engine is no more, replaced by an SR20DET, with big cams, a built head to support the cams, polished ports, an upgraded Garrett turbo, a plasma man intake, and a Mishimoto radiator and intercooler setup. These supporting engine mods means this car now makes 298 rear-wheel kilowatts or 400 rear-wheel horsepower, a massive upgrade from the stock specs. And the dust makes for an additional 5 kilowatts.
Bacon burger.
The exterior of this car is striking as well, with Origin Lab fenders and roof wing, a KBD plastic body kit. Actually, how big are they?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
18, okay. These super shiny 18-inch SSR SP1 wheels, lowered on BC coilovers, an HKS exhaust, and a big Country Labs Fusillade wing on the back, all finished in Nardo grey. Now in the interior, we have these awesome blue Bride seats, a 90 carbon fibre steering wheel, boost gauges, and this really cool likewise Daytona Pro shifter. Alright, so we are inside and this thing is hectic. This thing is hectic, man. Wow. That's insane. Yo! Yeah, boy.
File 4. Drifting and tuner culture.
What made the 180SX legendary wasn't just its looks or its specs, it was what people did with them. By the mid-90s, Japan's underground car culture was exploding. Street drifters in the mountains of Gunma and Kanagawa were searching for lightweight, rear-wheel drive cars that they could toss sideways, and the 180SX was perfect for the job. It was cheap, balanced, easy to maintain, and had massive tuning potential. Swap the turbo, upgrade the suspension, lock the diff, and you had a drift weapon. Soon, the 180SX became a staple in D1 GP, option videos, and Initial D. Characters like Kenji's 180SX in Initial D helped solidify the car's presence in pop culture. In the West, it was just as influential. When drifting started taking off in the US in the early 2000s, the 240SX became the go-to platform, and American enthusiasts started importing JDM parts, engines, and styling cues to turn their 240s into true 180SX replicas. It didn't matter what the badge said, 180, 200, 240, it represented the same thing: individuality, freedom, and the joy of sliding sideways.
File 5. The end of an era.
By the late 90s, Japan's bubble economy had burst. Emissions regulation was tightening, which meant sports cars were slowly fading out of the mainstream market. In 1998, after nearly a decade of production, the 180SX was officially discontinued. Its spiritual successor, the S15 Silvia, carried on the torch, more refined, more powerful, and still using the SR20 DET. But the 180SX was special. It wasn't some corporate designed sports car built to meet quotas. It found its soul through the people who drove it. Even Nissan seemed to recognize that. The final edition of the 180SX, called the Type X Final Edition, was like a love letter to fans. It featured a full aero kit, rear spoiler, and all the styling cues enthusiasts adored. It wasn't about innovation anymore, it was about celebration.
File 6. Legacy and cult status.
Today, the 180SX is now one of the most collectible and adored JDM cars ever made. Prices are climbing fast, especially for clean, unmodified Type X models, but what's more important is what the car represents. It's not just nostalgia, it's culture. The 180SX embodies the freedom and creativity that defined Japanese car tuning in the 90s and 2000s. It's a car that inspired millions to pick up a wrench, hit the toge, and make their car their own. From drift circuits to video games like Gran Turismo and Need for Speed, to anime, to car meets across the world, the 180SX continues to live as a symbol of JDM passion. Is the 180SX on your list of ultimate drift rigs? Let us know in the comments below. And we'd also like to thank Liam for bringing out his 180SX today, and to you guys for watching. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more reviews just like this one.